Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Something a little bit special today. It's just been delivered about an hour ago, which is this. I'm going to read the number because I can't remember. It's R30283, and this is the Collectors Club Coronation Loco. So there's two locos been released. This is the first one, which is the Princess Coronation class, named Coronation. I guess this was announced in probably January, February time. I was actually, I remember it because I was shopping in Aldi at the time with my wife, and up popped on my phone, Collector's Loco, limited edition, 500 units, and I'm standing at the checkout in Aldi trying to place my order, and literally within the hour they're sold out. So obviously I don't know why there's such a high demand. Maybe it's because they were limited, maybe it's because it was the Coronation. But yeah, as I say, arrived in the last hour. Shame it wasn't here for the Coronation weekend, but not a problem. And obviously we've got the second Coronation Loco coming later in the year, which got the date of King Charles's coronation on the side, and by all accounts it plays the national anthem, but we'll see when that gets released, if that's any good. So for now, this is Coronation. I'm going to take it over to the bench and show you what's inside, and let's unbox it and get it running. Right, let's have a look. So again, delivered in the Hornby outside packaging, which is good, with the Hornby badge on here. Limited edition, BR Princess Coronation class, number 46220, and the model numbers are R30283. So let's slide it out. Now I have to say, it did have a wrapping of bubble wrap around it, but I've actually removed that, so this did come with bubble wrap round there. As you see, limited edition 500, which is quite a small edition really for Hornby locos. Usually they're limited editions, you know, sometimes 1,000, sometimes 2,000. They have done them lower than this, but this is actually one of the lower ones. And yeah, as with the way of the world at the moment, unfortunately, a couple of these, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, some of these had already made it onto eBay before they'd been delivered, which is a shame for those collectors. I saw on the forum that a lot of people wanted one of these, and people are asking Hornby to, you know, release them again as a second batch. And you know, you've got to be quick off the mark. I mean, that's the only thing we can do to stop these, you know, stop the resellers, is get in there before them, and thankfully I managed to do that. But as I say, it was at the checkout in Aldi. So just looking around the box, I mean, there's not really much to show. There's some information on the back here about the Coronation class and the Duchesses, etc. I mean, I did a couple of videos on those recently, so I don't propose to go into too detail of those. Let's slide it out and let's have a look at the model. Oh, we've got a certificate of authenticity. My model is 460, so I don't suppose it is sequential. You know, that first ordered gets number one. But if that is the case, I was pretty close to missing out. Anyway, we'll leave that over there. Right, let's slide this out of the box. I'll just pop that to one side. Right, I think these are just the standard instructions that we know and love. Yeah, nothing particularly special in here. It is fitted with the 21-pin decoder. Just tells you how to fit that, and your NEM couplings should you want to put them on. There is a detailing pack in there, and you know, your brake couplings and things are in the pack there if you want to fit them. I note there is a set of wheels here, so I'm guessing this is a fixed pony truck with non-flanged wheels for running, and then replacement flange wheels for you know, if you put it on display. And I'm gonna slide these out because there's an awful lot of detail in here. That's wonderful. Look at that. You've got the Royal Scot headboard, and got another board here with Coronation on there and the crown above, if you can see. And then in terms of we've got the crown emblem. Again, all of these you can fit if you so wish. And then the pack of detailing. I mean, it looks superb. There's so much in here. I mean, the drain cocks here that can be you know, fitted. Now I'm not going to fit those today, I'm going to leave those in there. I just wanted to show you what was in those extras. I'll slide those back in that packet before I lose them. And let's get on to the engine. Sprung buffers, front and rear. Wow. Well, I think it's safe to say that Hornby has surpassed themselves with this one. It does look extremely detailed down the side. Look at all the fixings on there. Now I was just setting up to take some photographs. Now I'm noticing that the crown has actually got the Queen 74 on there. I guess probably they already had these, or I already had the die for these, and yeah, it would have added cost to the Loco to put Charles III on there. But anyway, it's a small price to pay. I think it's still absolutely wonderful. Let me just lay it on its side for a moment. I mean, you can see all the additional fitted parts down the side here. Mechanism looks wonderful. Look down the back here, the way the injectors are fitted. We've got pipe work underneath. Hornby, you've excelled yourself with this one, especially for the price of the engine. The cab is beautifully decorated, and little things. Look at the water scoop on the back of the tender here. This is wonderful, wonderful model. A separately fitted whistle on the top there. What a beautiful model. Right, let me just give you an idea of the weight of the Loco. I'm just going to switch that over into grams because that's what I work in. So total weight 350 odd grams. So it's not bad. It's it's got quite a weight to it. I mean, the tender's quite light, but the body, you know. But as I say, it's not die cast. It's not die cast chassis or anything. But it is. It has got quite a weight to it. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So as I say, you had to be a member of the Collectors Club in order to order one of these. I think they were about £150, and I mean, for the level of quality on here, absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. Right, let's go and do some detailed shots of this, and then we'll carry on talking about the engine and give it a run. Just talking round, I mean, looking just below the Coronation on the side here, you can see the additional boxes that have been added on there, and if I zoom in on those, look at how they've been finished. Absolutely perfect. The lining around the cylinders, absolutely perfect. All of the rivets on the smoke deflectors, wonderful, really, really exquisite. Looking around the front of the Loco, you can see how the numbers and lettering, absolutely perfect. It does look wonderful. And then if we come back towards the cab and I zoom in on the lining around the 46220 number, absolutely perfect. I'm sure somebody will be able to explain this to me, but this has 7p written on the side of the cab, and yet on the box it says 8p. I'm sure somebody will be able to explain that to me. I'm not familiar with it. The tender, if you remember when I was moaning about the tender on the Nigel Gresley, I said about the lack of detail in there. Look at this. Really beautiful, separately fitted handrails on there. And underneath the tender, as I've pointed out earlier, you know, you've got the water scoop on there, and the brake connectors are already fitted. But look at the axle boxes. Absolutely beautifully finished. Really lovely finished. And inside the cab, I mean, it's wonderful. All painted and finished. And you've got the cab sides there. I mean, they're folded in at the moment, but I'm not going to try and move them in case I break them. And then on the top, obviously, the separately fitted whistle that I mentioned earlier, separately fitted handrails, and the lining is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I can't find a blemish on it anywhere. You know, I'd like to say this is how a Loco should be. This just makes it extra special because of the price point. I feel very, very fortunate to have got one of these. Right, let's just give it a little bit of a low speed run, low speed test. I'm going to switch the controller to half power. And let's just look at that. Just change the impedance over. Wow. I'll just come back the other way. That is just beautiful motion. Look at that. Oh, it's so much control over it. Do you know, the feeling of opening this and looking at how much care and attention to detail has been made, and for the price point, I am actually speechless. I think this already is possibly one of the best Hornby Locos that I own. I'm beyond pleased with it. When I placed the order, you know, with the name Coronation on it, I was expecting probably at best a railroad Loco, you know, for 150, and with the 10% discount as well. Don't forget, you know, you get your points and everything else, so that knocks it down to about £130. I was genuinely expecting a, you know, as I say, something from the railroad range. I mean, looking at the photos on the website, I mean, it didn't look all that great, but I thought, well, okay, it's limited edition, I'll get one. I mean, hats off to Hornby. Hats off to Hornby. It's not often that, you know, your expectations are met and then some. You know, normally you've got great expectations and you're pleased with it. This, I think, absolutely amazing for the price point. And yeah, okay, it's plastic bodied and it doesn't have the die-cast chassis and everything else. But for the last couple of Locos that I've, you know, sort of the premium Locos that I've looked at, this is up there, definitely up there. Really over the moon with it. Well, there you go. I am really over the moon with this. What a beautiful, beautiful Loco. Now, in my Grizzly video, I did try to make the point that, you know, with the higher prices, the customers' expectations rise, and if there's a problem with the Loco, it becomes more of an issue. This is completely the opposite way. I mean, this was at a very reasonable price point, and the detail on it is absolutely exquisite. Now, in terms of running, I've shown some footage of it running. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, it's not the best Loco that I've got, making it around the track. It does come off now and again, but it is quite lightweight compared with some of the others. I'm not sure I'm keen on the pony truck, the fixed pony truck. I mean, it's quite obvious when it's going around a slightly, slightly tighter radius. You can see it sort of skipping over the track, which is a little bit disappointing. But I do understand why they do that. It does, improve the running of the Locos. But overall, hats off to Hornby. What a fantastic Loco. Really beautiful, really stunning. And being a limited edition makes it even more special. So, yeah, wonderful. Anyway, we'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you haven't come across me before, if you're new to the channel, have a look at some of the other videos, and please consider subscribing. I'm making quite a few videos at the moment on all kinds of subjects, anything really that interests me. But do have a look at some of the others, and if they interest you, yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like the video as well. I'd be very, very grateful. Anyway, we'll leave this one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.